All right. Blowed up the socials. What's up, Comics Mike? Sorry, dude, I didn't get to say hello to you. I was doing all the socials.
All right, so 2 bolts and a fist, and he's buying a God Catcher.
God Catcher, turn 1. I like it. Gets the Rob seal of approval for turn 1 moves.
All right.
The greatest seal that anyone can obtain.
Monkey spending 2 bolts and a fist on a big entrance, going straight to the bag. And using Atlas Global on the question mark to prep, and actually pulls the big entrance.
Lucky.
Nice. I wonder what that's like.
Yeah, no joke.
Well, either way, he would have had big entrance next turn, no matter what.
True.
So,
you know what? My dice would have found a way to not work for me.
It would have fell into a vortex, into a black hole, and you'd never see it again.
Exactly.
all right. So Elliot's got his first roll in. Looks like he's got shield fist, sidekick. I wasn't able to see what that last one was, but he's still got his reroll here. So
Sort of like you got 2 fists, a shield, and a
2 fists, a shield, and a question mark. Sorry. But again, he still has his reroll, so he's keeping with what he's got. So he's Becky Lynch globaling.
Danny Moonstar?
I think maybe Eddie Guerrero.
Danny.
Nope. Danny Moonstar.
I like that move. But
then...
Wait, who's running Danny Moonstar? I must have opened the wrong thing.
Elliot's running Danny Moonstar. I would figure that'd get the Rob seal of approval.
That definitely gets the Rob seal of approval.
All right, so big entrance is making a big entrance, and 2 bolts, a mask, and a fist here. But again, he still has his reroll.
Thanks for them biddies, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
I'll do anything for biddies, but I won't do that.
All right. So he's deciding what he wants to buy with the biddies. I think it might, honestly, maybe Yawning Portal, then Godcatcher.
Some tacos in chat.
Tacos. What did he just buy?
He hasn't bought anything yet. He's just big entrance.
Reducing the cost of something.
Yeah.
I think he just got...
Looks like he bought 2 Godcatchers.
There's that.
Oh, straight to the bag.
Yeah.
The joy of big entrance.
I have a love-hate relationship with big entrance.
Yeah, I have.
I love the card. It never works for me, though.
Yep. It used to work for me. Then we got into a fight.
All right, Elliot's got his Godcatcher. Danny's on double energy, so not entirely what he wants.
Energize. Too bad she doesn't have Energize.
So they both have the attacky face Godcatcher, not the defensive face Godcatcher.
Right, the 3 cost. So
yeah, that's what I'm just gonna call him.
Currently, Monkey is in a better situation because he has 2 action dice already purchased outside of a Godcatcher, so he's got better chances of triggering the Godcatcher.
Mm-hmm.
So Elliot needs to get another action die going so he can trigger his Godcatcher, but I believe the God Catcher is also when any action die is played. So when his opponent would play.
No, it's when you play an action dice.
Is it when you? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't have very many action dice. I mean, he has Atlantis on his team, but he also has just God Catchers he can play. So
yeah. So he's 3 for another God Catcher. He's gonna Atlas to get those into his bag and force that he has a God Catcher next turn. So, Elliot's really thinking about his bag management as much as possible. He knows he's a little behind.
we will have a God Catcher in the back of your van.
Sorry, I almost died.
Did I almost make you die?
Yep.
That's good.
So puts the God Catcher in the field, waiting to trigger. And leaving a mask and a shield for next
Probably would
turn.
have bought a big entrance.
He only has 2 energy, though.
You could Thor Global.
TJ, there's 8 people in this monthly one shot.
Yep.
All right, Monkey did not like that roll. Everything was double energy. So he's got 1 God Catcher. The others are single energy and double energy on the big entrance.
That sounds more like big entrance that I'm used to.
That could have been game right there. Had both of all of his action dice came up on action phase, that would have been game.
Yeah. Yeah, TJ, if you wanted to stream some of the games, you're more than welcome to. But it's Jitsi, so you may not like that.
So, purchased a Yawning Portal and used Supreme Intelligence to send it to the prep area.
I like that.
Yeah, that's a good move. That's a stabilization move because he only got one thing that he wanted, and the rest of the things were just kind of blech.
All right, and during priority, Elliot is making a sidekick and prepping a sidekick.
Good move. Okay, that Atlantis global. All right,
Yeah.
my idea of purchasing a big entrance was stupid, and I'm an idiot. So there's that.
Yep. So
Don't ever listen.
Elliot. Yeah, Elliot's now got a chance to get his God Catcher out while Monkey has an open field.
Aren't you glad that you didn't play in the tournament then?
Yeah.
Dumb moves aplenty.
So, lots of masks, but again, double energy on that God Catcher. So we know he's going to be re-rolling that God Catcher.
I think this is the longest I've ever seen Elliot not go for Deadpool. Usually consistently goes for it within the first two turns. If he doesn't go for it now, it's going to be quite far to reach for it. And Ryan,
Looking for
is this best of 1, Robert?
Yeah, best of 1.
Ryan. Oh man.
Best of 1. So God Catcher shows up, so Elliot will have at least 1 trigger.
This is a bit rough. Heavy Metal Monkey doesn't have anything on the board. He has a statue sitting there waiting to come out, but he doesn't have anything out. So this may be a time to go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Hey, I recognize those dice there that he's using for
Nice. For tokens. Yeah. So Monkey made the comment that he didn't see the Becky Lynch because it's off screen. He wouldn't have made that purchase of a Yawning Portal if he would have Becky Lynched over a God Catcher if he would have saw that. So that's why it's important, guys, when you play online, just in general. And this is nothing against Monkey. When you're playing online, make sure that you're checking the team list and things like that. If you have the capability of having a second monitor, open up those teams on a second monitor, so you have them up in front of you, so you can see the entire team you're playing against.
Yeah. The awareness of your opponent's team will just make you a better player. Period.
Yep.
And so he purchased another God Catcher and is Atlasing to cycle his bag to force the God Catcher next turn.
Seems like a solid move.
Yep. He's passing a priority to Monkey. He still has a bolt in his bag. He's attacking with the God Catcher with Monkey's open field. So Monkey's
10
taking
to the
10 to the face.
I don't see any pumps either, so there you go.
Yeah, so that token die that Elliot was using was a prize from the EarthX Origins for placing, I believe it was in the top 4. So
Nice. Hand carved by Ryan himself.
I wouldn't say hand carved, but hand painted.
The bones of a unicorn.
That is true, yes.
So Monkey gets Yawning Portal, but it doesn't roll.
No, he re-rolls it and he does get it.
Hell yeah.
That's going to trigger his God Catcher.
That reduces things.
At this point, do you have to keep it up as defense now?
Yeah.
Well, see, Elliot has a sidekick in the field to use as a chump block. So, yes, he could send the God Catcher over, forcing the sidekick to block it. Elliot would take no damage, and the God Catcher would stay in the field. So it's a good idea for him to attack with it, because he's not going to lose it, and it thins out that field from chump blockers.
Also, that's a good point. I forgot about that. I always forget about the second ability of God Catcher. Other than just being a beefy boy, he forces something to block.
Right.
Yeah, it's just you prep Elliot, and Elliot's kind of a little bit further ahead. I don't know.
Yes, but again, he as under surveillance is his main tactic.
Yeah.
So he could, So he's Becky lynching Thor Global and probably going to go for an under surveillance.
Yep.
No, he's going for another God Catcher.
When in doubt, just buy more God Catchers.
he's got 2 God Catcher, or he's already got 1 God Catcher purchased, and so he's got the 2 dice cycling. I would have gone for the under surveillance to try to get the win con. Yep. So he's attacking, forcing the sidekick to block.
All right. Your puny sidekick is knocked out. All of a sudden, Elliot gives it death touch. Or
wrong game.
My bad. Deadly.
That unicorn, though.
Yeah.
Love that unicorn.
Elliot has 2 in the bag. He's going to be putting
all for unicorns.
He's going to be putting all those other things in the bag, and hopefully he's going to be wanting to draw the
if he can pull the other God Catcher, he has a chance to win here.
Yeah.
He still has a chance to win, as Monkey still has a wide open field. Or no, he's got the 1 God Catcher. Never mind. Yeah, he needs 2 God Catchers. He doesn't get a second trigger, so he'll only be able to make 1 token this turn.
He does have that Danny Moonstar that it didn't roll.
Yep.
Oh, you got the God Catcher to come up. He definitely likes that.
Yep.
So,
so Elliot
may pivot to get a Gazer to start removing those God Catcher tokens of Monkeys.
That's what I thought he was going to do last turn.
Yeah.
Or, hear me out. May do the Thor Global to purchase under surveillance and Becky it over.
That is, I mean, there's plenty of opportunities here. Spider-Man won't work against the God Catchers, so not an option really there.
I have it down to 1, so I can't go any lower than that.
No, I know. I was just asking. Because I have it on 1 and it's loud in my ear.
Yeah.
But I also have my Discord on max volume.
All right, so we got a God Catcher.
Thor Global. Sounds like under surveillance.
Becky Lynch.
For what?
I think he just realized he misspent on that. He only needs to spend 1.
What did he buy though?
I
think he bought Under Surveillance.
Yeah, Under
Or
Surveillance.
did he say Booker T?
Booker.
I think he might have gone Booker T. That's what he said.
All right. And Booker T says all opposing superstars must block if able, and you may declare blockers for your opponent, assigning 1 per attacker until all attackers have been assigned a blocker. And
so both god catchers, Elliot forced the block of that other god catcher, so they essentially wiped each other out, clearing the board, making Monkey have to field another god catcher.
Yeah, I just think Monkey has just more ability to field more god catcher. Oh, wow! That
again, I still think that last god catcher purchase should have been an Under Surveillance.
I would reroll all of that and get blockers in the board.
Yeah.
He has the stuff in his bag to do what he needs to do. I mean, he does need Under Surveillance though at some point. And he can do it with 4. Reroll 2 of them sidekicks, 2 of them sidekick dice, try to get actual sidekicks. And
so you could Thor Global Becky Lynch, a god catcher, or Thor Global Becky Lynch, and Under Surveillance here.
That's what I'm thinking.
But he needs to re-roll the god catcher to try to get it sitting there ready and waiting.
Yeah. Because Elliot's got a god catcher sitting over there, and most likely having a god catcher coming out next turn.
Right.
And an action sitting on the side, menacingly sitting over there. So, this is a tough situation.
Yeah. You got a blocker.
Not get it. He at least gets a sidekick.
So he can hold on to a shield and a fist, right? To Atlantis.
For the Atlas Global on Elliot's turn. He's fixated on the god catchers. He really needs to pivot to the Under Surveillance at this point. He's got enough god catcher dice.
Yeah, I think people just underestimate how good Under Surveillance is, honestly.
I mean, I don't know. You want to get those beefy boys out there, especially when your opponent is doing the exact same thing. You feel like you gotta win that race, but at some point you got to pivot.
Yeah, but again, you also have to remember the dice themselves. You can have more tokens out in the field than you have dice.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
So you only, realistically, after you have 2 of them, you need to start looking at how are you getting them through?
As long as you can turn your bag, you're good.
Your enable for the win is Under Surveillance.
Right.
And he went Gazer.
Yep.
He's trying to stabilize.
Nope. He's taking it back. Okay, he's buying it. All right, clear.
All right, so
if Elliot gets, there's a god catcher.
If he gets that basic action rule, it's over, Rock. It's over.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he did.
So that is a Booker T. Yep.
Yep. There it is.
You get the god catcher, but no Booker T. Sidekick to help thin out the bag.
Let's see. Do you re-roll the sidekick though to buy an Under Surveillance from underneath Monkey?
His primary way of doing it's with the Booker T.
Yeah.
In a mirror match, you use your enabler to win the game, not the other opponents. But
he doesn't.
Under Surveillance is a really good pivot, though.
Yeah.
All right, and so we just have a report. Peter VDV defeated Flexi.
Nice. All right, got a god catcher out there.
We also have raw travel over Pink Frankenstein.
All right. And we created a voice channel in our Discord so people can go there and talk if they want to. And it's the monthly one-shot Lovely Talk.
Lovely talk. Excuse me. That's unfortunate. I would buy big entrance.
He's moving over Danny Moonstar. I think that's a good move.
It is, but if you can get that big entrance straight to the bag, you draw it next turn.
Yeah.
And you get that action die. So removing another God Catcher. Oh wait, sidekick, my bad.
Yeah. So Elliot has enough blockers to deal with whatever Monkey can put. Oh wow. That's a lot of action.
So that's why he needed to go with the under surveillance last round.
Yeah. Well, he's definitely getting the God Catchers out.
Could he get...
I think it's under surveillance time right now with the amount of energy he has with big entrance.
Yeah. And then he would just have a bunch of whatever God Catcher doesn't go through for lethal or go through for damage, the other God Catchers are just back for blocking.
The bad thing is he still has a sidekick in his bag.
Yeah.
So even if he preps, he's not going to be able to fix his bag to get that last God Catcher in there.
No. So what is that action? Is that big entrance?
That's big entrance, yeah. So you get big entrance and under surveillance for 2, put it in the bag.
Yep.
With that sidekick.
That's not bad.
He'll get 1 God Catcher through, though, is the problem. That's only 10 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And with Elliot going wide with his, oh no, he missed on that one. It would have been nice to have all 3 out there.
Right.
Field your God Catchers first.
He doesn't have to.
Yes, he does for the triggers of the God Catchers.
To get both of them.
He's got big entrance at the...
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
He's got the God
he gets to prep a die? Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, so then maybe this does work out for him then. When you field a non-NPC character die, prep a die from your bag.
So he's gonna... Yeah, and he's gonna big entrance to go ahead and purchase some stuff after he does a big entrance into his bag. I don't think that does anything great though.
Okay, so he can... There's a couple things he can do. Paying 2. What's he doing? Big entrance, make something cheaper. Mm-hmm. Oh no.
How's he putting it into his bag?
He should have big entrance first.
He just will trigger. He should have big entrance first, is what he should have done before he did anything.
Yeah. The order of operations is big orders.
What?
The order of operations should have been big entrance first.
Yeah.
It should have been God Catcher, big entrance, yawning portal. And then
or yawning portal, God Catcher to
get
2. The 2 preps, and then big entrance.
Yeah, but he needs to get the thing in the bag before, because he's trying to pull. He's trying to guarantee his pull next turn. So big entrance has to be towards the beginning of the line.
Because he could have got that under surveillance in the bag and prepped it also for next turn.
Yeah. Instead, he's got just his bag is completely upside down.
And we have Ben said Scott over Yort.
Oh,
there's a gazer.
That's good.
That's wow.
Alright, he's going for removal here.
So forcing a God Catcher and a sidekick to block. So He'll lose one of his god catchers, but retain the other.
Yep. Bold move, Cotton. Yeah, that's a honestly, for us sitting up here watching someone play the game, it's easy for us to point out like this is the way you should do things. But when you're in the middle of a game, you have the pressure of making the right move, and you're timed, and another person's waiting on you. It's a lot of stress to try to order those things in the right way. So nothing against Monkey in that situation. It's just one of those things when you're in the heat of battle.
Yeah,
you don't.
Well, and also,
you can't get that stuff out right.
And there's a little bit of ring rust, as Monkey said. He hasn't played in a couple of months, and you know, also there is ring rust is a thing. Trust me, I'm well aware of it.
Oh, you're also playing against one of the better players in the community, in Elliot.
Right, that's true. Yep.
You have to play completely like not perfect, but you have to play really tight with your purchases and find your windows that you go through.
Yep. And Elliot's playing a team that he's familiar with, so he's very comfortable with this team. Yeah.
What's Elliot asking?
I'm not sure. Oh, something happened.
He dropped a die. He's got to pick it up.
Oh.
So all the other matches are done. We're just waiting on this one.
Cool.
This is crazy. He hasn't. Elliot hasn't purchased Deadpool at all. Usually that's his main one, but he's also playing against a god catcher, so.
Yeah.
Ben says Scott over York 6-0. I don't think that's how this works. I don't think that's how any of this works.
Ben had 6 life left to York's 0 life.
All right.
That's more reasonable.
That makes more sense.
Where did that die go? To the Shadow Realm?
Maybe, dude. He has to complete an entire duel with Yami Yugi.
Yugi, no!
It's just the time is running down, and he does have the life total right now. If it goes to time, it needs to hurry up.
Yas.
All right, looks like he found it. So.
It seemed like a long time, but it was probably just 1 minute.
A minute and a half, but yeah.
All right, so we got a big entrance, sidekick.
Yeah, that's Booker T.
Yeah, sorry, Booker T.
Can you assign blockers with Booker T? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Okay. Game.
All right, and they're
that's
conceding
game.
That's the game, so Elliot wins.
That's going to wrap things up for us here in the CR Game Room. Check out our website, crgr.rocks, for all our latest info. There you'll find a link to help support us via Patreon. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Join our conversations on Discord. Be sure to like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for hanging out.